When it comes to coin collecting, many people might overlook the small, everyday coins that circulate in their pocket change. After all, how much could a simple dime really be worth? But the truth is, some coins that seem ordinary on the surface can hold significant value, especially when it comes to rare minting errors, unique features, or even just being in exceptional condition. One such coin that falls into this category is the 1983 United States 1 dime. At first glance, it may look like just another modern dime, but as we dig a little deeper, you'll see that this coin has the potential to be worth far more than just 10 cents. The 1983 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been in circulation since 1946 and features President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse. The reverse shows a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, all symbols of peace, unity, and strength. The Roosevelt dime is a staple of American coinage and is a symbol of the country's commitment to democracy and the ideals of its 32nd president. But while this coin is common in appearance, there are specific factors that can make it incredibly valuable in the right circumstances. One of the most important factors that can affect the value of a 1983 dime is its condition. As with most collectible coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. The vast majority of 1983 dimes that have been circulating in the economy for years will show signs of wear. From scratches to discoloration, it's typical for these coins to have some damage from being used regularly in transactions. However, if you happen to find a 1983 dime that looks like it just came off the minting press, you're looking at a coin that could be worth far more than its face value. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have been preserved in pristine condition without any noticeable wear, are highly sought after by collectors. A 1983 dime that is in uncirculated condition is a much rarer find and can command a premium price. Coins that are perfectly preserved with no scuff marks, discoloration, or blemishes are considered ideal specimens for numismatists and coin collectors. The value of these coins can be substantial, depending on their preservation and rarity, but there's another factor that can make the 1983 dime even more valuable: minting errors. Like other coins in the Roosevelt dime series, the 1983 dime was produced in large quantities, but occasionally mistakes happen during the production process. These errors are relatively rare, and because they result in coins with unique characteristics, they can drive the value of a dime up significantly. If you happen to find a 1983 dime with a minting error, it could turn out to be a valuable collector's item, as these types of errors are prized by enthusiasts. One of the most common minting errors that can occur is the double die variety. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck by the die more than once, causing the design to appear twice. This can result in doubled features, such as the year 1983 or the word liberty, making the coin more distinctive and rare. The more pronounced the doubling effect, the more valuable the coin. While double die errors are relatively uncommon, they can significantly increase the value of the 1983 dime, making it a prized find for collectors. Another error that can be found on the 1983 dime is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off or misaligned. Off-center strikes can vary in severity, but when the misalignment is significant, it creates a very unique coin. These coins are considered an anomaly, making them highly collectible. If you find a 1983 dime with a noticeable off-center strike, you could be holding a coin that is much rarer and more valuable than the average dime. Even smaller errors, like die cracks or die clashes, can contribute to the value of a 1983 dime. A die crack occurs when a small crack forms in the die during the minting process, which then leaves an imprint on the coin. These tiny imperfections can be difficult to spot, but they make a coin unique, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for such rare features. Similarly, a die clash happens when two dies make contact with each other, leaving impressions of each die on the coin. These errors, while subtle, add to the uniqueness of the coin and increase its desirability. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1983 dime. While most 1983 dimes are worth just 10 cents, the ones with minting errors or in uncirculated condition can command significantly higher prices. In fact, Some rare 1983 dimes with notable errors have been sold for thousands of dollars. It might surprise you to learn that one particularly valuable 1983 dime, featuring a rare minting error, was recently sold for an incredible $36,000. $36,000. This sale is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary dime can become an extraordinarily valuable piece of numismatic history when it contains certain rare qualities. Whether it's the result of a doubled die error, an off-center strike, or simply being in pristine condition, the 1983 dime can fetch a price that far exceeds its face value. So, if you come across a 1983 dime, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Check the design carefully for any signs of errors, like doubled letters, misalignments, or cracks. Even if the coin looks like it has been in circulation for a while, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of U.S. coinage that is worth far more than just 10 cents. In conclusion, the 1983 United States 1 dime may seem like an ordinary coin, but its true value can be found in its rarity, condition, and any unique minting errors it may contain. Top 2. The 1994 United States 1 dime is a perfect example of this. While this coin might seem like a common, everyday item, it can actually be worth thousands of dollars depending on a few important factors. The 1994 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1946. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, while the reverse displays a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing peace, unity, and strength. It's a classic design that has stood the test of time and has been used for decades. However, just because the design is familiar doesn't mean every 1994 dime is created equal. There are a few specific factors that can cause the value of this coin to soar far beyond its face value of just 10 cents. First, let's talk about condition. Condition is a major factor in determining the value of any coin, and the 1994 dime is no exception. While most dimes you find in circulation will show signs of wear and tear, coins that are well preserved can command much higher prices. If you come across a 1994 dime that appears to be in mint condition, you could be holding onto a coin worth far more than its 10-cent face value. A coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been used in everyday transactions, is often considered to be much more valuable. These dimes are typically free from scratches, scuff marks, and other signs of use, making them highly desirable to collectors. Now, it's not just pristine condition that can make a 1994 dime valuable. Minting errors can significantly increase the price as well. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that doesn't meet the intended design. Because these errors are relatively rare, they can make a coin extremely valuable. Collectors are often on the lookout for coins that have minting errors, as they are considered unique and can be a great addition to any collection. The 1994 dime has a few types of minting errors that have been known to occur, and these can dramatically increase its value. One of the most valuable errors that can occur on a 1994 dime is the double die error. A double die error happens when a coin is struck multiple times by the die, causing the design to be imprinted more than once. This can result in a visible doubling of the letters or numbers on the coin, such as the word Liberty or the year 1994. If you find a 1994 dime with a noticeable doubling effect, you could be holding onto a coin that is worth much more than its face value. Double die errors are relatively rare, and coins with significant doubling are especially sought after by collectors. The more pronounced the doubling, the higher the value of the coin. Another type of error that can occur is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned when it is struck by the die, causing part of the design to be cut off or misaligned. Off-center coins are much rarer than regular coins, and they are highly prized by collectors. The severity of the off-center strike can vary, but even a small misalignment can make a coin significantly more valuable. The more misaligned the strike, the more unusual the coin becomes, which can drive up its worth. If you find a 1994 dime that is noticeably off-center, it could be worth far more than the typical 10-cent piece. Besides double die errors and off-center strikes, other types of minting errors can also affect the value of a 1994 dime. For example, Die cracks are another common error. A die crack occurs when the die used to strike the coin develops a crack, which is then transferred onto the coin itself. This can create small, unique features that are not found on regular coins. Die cracks, while not as rare as double die errors or off-center strikes, can still make a coin more valuable, especially if the crack is particularly prominent or in an interesting location. Now, let's get to the big question: just how much is a 1994 dime worth? Most 1994 dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents, but if you find one that is in mint condition or has a rare minting error, it could be worth a lot more. Some collectors have paid substantial amounts for dimes from this year with noticeable errors or those in excellent condition. And it's not just a small increase in value. Some of these dimes can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. In fact, there have been reports of a 1994 dime with a rare minting error being sold for an incredible $34,000. $34,000, that's right, a single dime that was originally worth just 10 cents could end up being worth a staggering amount of money. The price of these rare dimes is driven by their rarity, the severity of the minting error, and the demand from collectors. The more unique and well-preserved the coin is, the higher the price it can command. If you're into coin collecting or simply have a jar of loose change lying around, it's definitely worth taking the time to check for any 1994 dimes. You never know when you might come across one with a rare error or in pristine condition. Even if the dime looks like just another piece of pocket change, it could turn out to be a valuable collector's item worth far more than you thought. In conclusion, the 1994 United States 1 dime might seem like an ordinary coin, but its value can soar depending on its condition and any minting errors it may have. If you happen to find a 1994 dime that is in uncirculated condition or features a rare minting error like a double die or off-center strike, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth thousands of dollars. In fact, one particularly rare 1994 dime recently sold for an astounding $34,000. So, the next time you spot a 1994 dime, take a closer look. It might just be worth far more than you ever expected.